Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Shankly Sessions, the Liverpool podcast we bring you each and every week out there on the upper tier. If you could head out there, smash that subscribe and bell notification button. As always, this is your Liverpool versus Wolves FA Cup preview coming to you 8 o'clock Saturday evening from Anfield. Massive, massive game for the Reds. Really, really difficult one against Wolves. Always a tough opponent, never easy. But this is going to be a really tough one. We're talking about a team that's going in, that's confidence is shot. We're talking about a team that has huge injuries. A team that's not playing well. Void of ideas. Poor in defence as a unit and as a team, especially on set pieces and stuff like that. And it's going to be a real struggle for the Reds this Saturday to stay in the second cup. That we're starting off our defence off after being knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Man City. As we go into the game, let's talk about this. We had a disastrous performance against Brentford. If ever our confidence was in the gutter, it's really on the floor now. And of course, losing Van Dijk doesn't help either. Our talisman, the Dutch Colossus at the back, very difficult to replace. And we just seem to be getting hit with injury after injury after injury. But we were so poor. So poor. We had an opportunity to close the gap on the top four positions, and we let that opportunity slip away. And not only let it slip away, we let it slip away badly. The scoreline was no near a reflection of the performance of the game. Brentford could have won by a lot more. And we were so poor. Thomas Frank's side really exposed, every ounce of us again. And I have to say it at the moment, people, and I don't like saying this as well, but we have to start talking about Jurgen Klopp, and we have to start questioning the gaffer as well. Between the lineup and between the substitutions, there was just something amiss there, just persisting with players that just haven't performed and not giving other players a chance. I summed it up in the match reaction the other night when you see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming off, and he was nearly the man of the match, and Curtis Jones coming on. We've got real problems at Liverpool at the moment. On the flip side, that Lopetegui side were pegged back to a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa. His start to Molineux certainly hasn't been spectacular. Victories over Gillingham and Everton. The latter coming with a last-gassed Ryan at Nori effort. But defeats to United and the stalemate on Wednesday with Aston Villa means they're not in a great run of form either, but certainly looking a lot more solid under Lopetegui, and certainly looking at the personnel we have available and the personnel they have available, they're sure to give us a real tough game in this one. Only Southampton at the moment are performing worse in the league than Wolves at the moment. But that doesn't mean anything to us. We've created kind of a career out of dropping points when we really shouldn't. And again, if we step out tomorrow evening and we don't have that confidence, if we're not at it from minute one, Wolves will definitely punish us. And have done in the past, and we need to be really careful. Where do we go? 1959-60 season is the last time Wolves managed to lift the trophy, and only once have Wolves managed to beat a reigning holders of the FA Cup, beating Manchester United in 1949 in the semi-finals before getting their hands on the trophy. So it's way back in their history in terms of success and in terms of lifting this trophy and stuff like that. And again, it wouldn't be like us to rock up and make them look amazing, They are on a 3-game unbeaten run away from home, and I'd expect that to stand them in good stead when they rock up to Anfield tomorrow with a certain amount of confidence. Our confidence, I'm not too sure what it's going to be like. My guess is it's going to be in the gutter. And it's going to take a mammoth task, I think, tomorrow at Anfield to continue our defence of the FA Cup. Wolves is a tough tie for us. Current form at the moment, Liverpool at the moment with 3 wins and 3 losses. The latest one, of course, coming at Brentford. Wolves at the moment, 3 wins, 2 losses and a draw. The 3 wins all away from home, so their form away from home is pretty good. Let's talk about team news then. It looks like, listening to the gaffer today at the presser, that Cody Gakpo is going to make his debut. And it sounds like the gaffer is really impressed with him in training from what he's seen. So that's a good sign. Other than that, the press conference, I think, got a little bit tetchy today. Questions being asked about the midfield and what's the plan and all that kind of stuff. And I think Klopp answered it in the way that he normally answers things, insofar as saying, well, it's not just a midfield thing, and he kind of avoided. He has a knack of avoiding the questions in the press conference and kind of turning them back on the journalist. And I just think sometimes it needs to be a bit more frank in the way that the questions are put. Obviously, I mean, he's not going to talk about anything in the transfer window. They're not going to give anything away. But I'd like to see more questions being asked of, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain being played in 3 consecutive games or whatever it is. Why is Carvalho on the bench and not being used, and Ox is being used and being playing poor? No, he got his goal the other day, but the same, I would think, where you have Keita coming on there as well, and why aren't we using Bietic? Why are we using Keita when it's clear he's going to move away and he's going to leave the team, and hasn't been around the team much and hasn't shown any form, and has been a pretty poor signing, I would say, for Liverpool. So those kind of questions I'd like to be asked. Why aren't we using? I mean, Bietic came on and changed that game where he got the goal against Leicester, I think it was. But let's look at AR room. Our treatment room is full to the gazelles at the moment. We've got Van Dijk in there now, and the gaffer giving an update today saying it's going to be possibly longer than a month, which is great news again for us. Jota obviously out, Arthur out, Diaz out, Henderson may be able to play. The gaffer was saying yesterday he was able to train, but he couldn't do any head work, obviously coming back from the concussion. Today he was able to train a little bit better, so let's see. He certainly needs that experience in there tomorrow, so hopefully he can be involved. Matip, there was talk he might be injured as well, maybe sidelined, not too sure, didn't get an update on that today. And Keita was absent from training. If there was ever a boy that's checked out on Liverpool Football Club, it's this man. Milner coming back off a hamstring, and Firmino off a calf injury. They may be welcome returns. They may be available. We'll have to wait and see. As we struggle in trying to find answers within the squad, it's going to be a real tough one, and it's hard to predict what the lineup is going to be. Some might say it's easier. I think it's kind of harder because I'm just not too sure what way it's going to go, but we shall see. For Wolves, Boubacar Traore is after an undisclosed injury. He's going to be out for a while. Joining Chiquinho, Pedro Neto, who's obviously a massive loss for Wolves, and Sasa Kalajic are out. Sarek could get a start in goal, they're saying, and there could be a full debut for Atletico Madrid loanee Mateus Cunha, who's an exceptional player. Looks really good, so that should be interesting. If you look at the possible lineups for Liverpool, Kelleher, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Gomez, Robertson. God help us in that defence. They have Keita in here, but apparently he's been absent from training. I'd be surprised if you see him. Keita, Fabinho and Henderson. Hopefully Hendo makes it. And then up front, Salah, Nunez and Gakpo on the left. Be great to see the lads start, and apparently all the stuff coming out from training and stuff is very positive at the moment, so that would be fantastic. He hopefully could give the team a lift, and the crowd will lift on the day, and we're going to need that Anfield crowd. If you're out there, Liverpool fans watching the show, and you're going to the match tomorrow, you need to be in full voice tomorrow. They're going to need you, no doubt about it. For Wolves, Sarek could start in goals, as we said. Semedo, Collins, Kilman, at Nouri again, who grabbed that late one. Hodge, Neves, Nunes, Traore, Jimenez, and Cunha. Looks like going to be that lineup, and that's quite a strong lineup there when you look at it. And then the prediction I'm going for is 2-1 to Liverpool. I think it's going to be a tight game until there will be goals. I just hope we don't cough up a goal early, and keep it really, really tight at the back. There's even been talk to maybe deploy a 5-man midfield with 4 at the back and 1 up front, with the wingers coming in on the attack and stuff like that. That might be the case. We really need to start shoring up at the back. We can't afford to keep on giving goals away the way we've been, and then it's just uphill all the time. Such a struggle. I had a look at the betting today. As always, the betting is brought to you by Boyle Sports here in Ireland. Betting Liverpool is 3-10 on. The draw is 9-2 and Wolves are 7-1. No disrespect to Liverpool, but if you're a neutral out there and Wolves are 7-1, that to me sounds like tasty odds for a team that could easily turn Liverpool over at the moment, with the level of injuries and the confidence and all and where we're at. I hope not. I'm predicting a 2-1 win to Liverpool, but those odds just, when you look at both teams playing, justify logic altogether. If you want a tasty little 25-1 shot, the boy Gakpo to get off the mark, get the first goal and kick off his Liverpool career, hopefully in front of the Kop, but who knows. And Liverpool to win 2-1 is 25-1. I'd love to see him pick up a goal early and stuff like that, and get the team going, get the team. Hopefully they'll be boosted by him being involved in new signing and stuff like that, like a breath of fresh air basically. And let's see how Nunes and Salah combine with him up front. Dare I say, could we find our new Mane? Who knows? Yeah, but fingers crossed that we absolutely find something. As always, let us know what your starting lineup would be in the comments, and obviously let us know as well what your scoreline prediction is, and what your thoughts are on Cody Gakpo, who looks like he's going to make his debut tomorrow for Liverpool against Wolves in the FA Cup. As always, if you could, like on the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the upper tier, and this is the Shankly Sessions, the Liverpool part of the upper tier. We will be back tomorrow evening with a match reaction and player ratings. Until then, Reds, say a few novenas tonight, because we're probably going to need it. Cheers.